Hi, buenas, Mr. Saavedra. Thank you so much for your time. I'm wondering, for our audience, what is the World Natural Bodybuilding Federation and what are its values that it stands for?
WNBF, it's been running for about California, and values, it's more about drug-free bodybuilding. So they've been hosting shows, mainly bodybuilding. Back then, they didn't have men's physique. Now it's been added, men's physique, bikini division, and figure, but their main thing is bodybuilding. They don't have some federation or some states, they don't host classic physique, but yeah, their main values is more into drug testing. I did a show with them last year in
Okay.
October. They had one in Malaysia, so I did a show there. It was very organized. I got tested. I passed for some. It was more polygraph test, kind of like a lie detector test.
Oh, a lie detector. Okay, so it's not like a urine
Yeah.
sample test or something like that. And
So
they ask you like how
yeah,
when's the last time you took anabolic or androgenic steroids and things like that.
correct. So just to join the show, you have to go through that lie detector, and
Okay.
then once you place a top three, they have to do urine test, and then they send it off. They send it off to California to do the lab. So only top three do the urine test.
So is this because the WNBF wants sort of a level playing field with all the competitors? Is that essentially what that's for? What this is for?
Yes, yes, correct. That's their main promotion.
Okay.
It's all about being natural,
Okay.
and we've seen a lot of shows that are open. You've seen a lot of natural bodybuilders would compete in the open federations. Sometimes,
Slang now is natty, right? That's the slang.
yeah,
Natty.
yeah, that's the natty bodybuilder.
I have a question. How many people do you estimate would be interested, both in for men and women, in joining the competition that I'm assuming you're planning for this year? Would that be correct?
Um, Locally, we wanna have at least 50 plus, and then and what they usually do is they invite other countries.
Oh, okay.
So we can invite Japan, WNBF Japan, Korea, Singapore, Malaysia,
What about
even
Singapore?
Hong Kong. Yes, even Philippines. They can come here. They can pretty much once you're a member of WNBF, you can compete in any states or any countries.
I see. Are you planning a competition this year?
Yes, we're shooting for around third quarter of this
Third
year.
part. And you are the head of the local federation that has been granted the WNBF designation. Is that correct?
Yes.
This is amazing. Okay, so whoever wins in the various categories on at this competition that will happen in the third quarter of this year will advance to where? Where can they go and compete?
So so they can qualify to compete in the Worlds. WNBF Worlds will be held in Boston this year. They
Okay,
usually do it around second week of November.
okay.
So it's usually just the top. It's usually just the first place per category. So you get a pro card and you get to compete there. Um, Worlds, they compete for money or they compete for sponsorships. Some people, they just do it for fun. It's very competitive level already. So
So do we have a like a country, like is Guam considered to be like a country designation, or is it part
yes,
of the
yes.
US designation?
So in US, they have their states. So
Okay,
once you compete in US, you get a pro card. You don't represent any country. You just represent yourself. You kind of just represent as US. But since WNBF it's been growing every year, they add countries. More of the promoters they would bring their team to compete in the worlds, just to showcase their locals.
Okay.
So that's my main goal here. We want to bring out Guam competitors to the worlds.
How do you get a pro card?
You have to place. You have to win your category. So once let's say you're in the bodybuilding lightweight, you win in that category, you get a pro.
You get a WNBF pro card. So if you place first in the light heavyweight category, bodybuilding category, here at the Guam competition, you're gonna get a pro card.
You get a pro card.
And that pro card is good for 1 year or for a lifetime?
So it's good for 1 year. So it resets every year. So you get to compete in the world's stage.
Are there any prizes associated with placing? Like, they pay for your trip to Boston, or you get $1,000, or like what's?
So that's our goal for WNBF Guam. We understand it's very expensive to travel. For us to compete off island, just for us to diet here or do the hobby, it's already expensive.
Yeah.
So our goal is to support our locals. We wanna make sure we provide to them. We'll support their trips to go out there. They're representing us. They're representing Guam. So
have you hooked up with Guam Visitors Bureau and Guam National Olympic Committee yet?
No, not yet. So my plan is secure a venue first, and then I'll go out there and go out for sponsorships.
I'm sorry, your plan is to say that again, is to do what before you go out?
We have to secure the venue.
Oh, the venue. I was gonna ask that next. Where are you looking at?
So we're looking to do it at UOG.
Okay.
UOG is a little bit bigger, and if we're planning to bring in people here off island, we want to at least accommodate maybe more than 100 athletes.
Does the CNMI have a WNBF league?
No, I think they have they just have their own. I'm not sure if they're under NPC or IFBB. I'm not sure, but they don't have WNBF. So
how many years steroids free do you need to be in order to compete?
I believe it's 10 years with WNBF.
10 years steroids free, and there's a polygraph that will help with that. So essentially, if you did a competition on Guam over the last few years, and you went into the competition using a steroids regimen, you're not going to be able to switch it up and go into the WNBF.
Yeah, you can probably join, but you
might fail the polygraph.
Yeah, you just waste your time. I've seen people doing the show and placing, and then after doing the urine test, they fail, and everything. They have to move all the placing, and then they have to it.
And that's embarrassing.
We don't want that for Guam. That's embarrassing.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything you wanted to add in information for our audience?
For now, just follow our Instagram and Facebook. We'll announce the show date soon, hopefully this week, and then we'll encourage more athletes to join us. Join the competition.
Okay.
We wanna make sure. Yeah.
You're gonna follow Instagram and Facebook, WNBF Guam.
Yes.
You're gonna put out information. You're gonna do the call out for athletes. And I've never done a competition or anything, so I don't know the amount of time it takes. Is there enough time for a natural bodybuilder or classic physique competitor to train and diet and all of that from here until the third quarter of this year?
It really depends where you're starting off. If you lose or if you're in a good shape, I would say if you're under 20%, 18% body fat, you should be okay. 6 months you don't want to diet too long. Okay. Some people, they prefer 1 year out, but you just gotta start off with the good in the good level, or you gotta know your body. What I mean is, you've been training, you don't want to start with 40 pounds 40 pounds away or 50 pounds. And so it's always best to hire coach, hire your mentor. That way you don't waste time, because once you're locked in, for the dates or for the show, every week is counted, you know. 1 week you don't make progress in 1 week, it's like a wasted week already.
Okay.
Make sure every week, yeah, weeks you have 25 weeks out. You want to make sure all of those are being putting in work.
Okay. Sounds intense. Sounds like something I would never ever do in my life.
It's so hard. It's so hard to diet, you know. But I think because of social media now, people are staying lean. You know,
I'm not.
back then,
I'm not
back
lean.
then we would get, back then we would get fat. Hey, you're in good shape. Back then we would get fat. You know, we would you probably need like more than 8 months to diet down for one show on Guam. You know, we only have one show on Guam, so I think it's best now that we have several shows. We have a few shows now. It'll keep our community growing. Bodybuilding is growing. We've seen a lot of people in and out, but we want to keep that. We want to keep it going. You know what I mean?
Well, congratulations on starting this up and for providing
Thank you.
a venue for natural bodybuilders and classic physique athletes to have a place to compete on a level playing field. I really appreciate your time, Mr. Saavedra.
Thank you so much.